Welcome back. Thanks for watching Good Morning Connecticut. Well, it's not just the kids that can be spooked this month because of Halloween. Our dogs can be as well. It's actually one of the most dangerous holidays, and explaining why is Barkbusters. Richard and Vicky Horowitz and Charlie, a 2-year-old lab mix. Thank you so much for being
here. Good morning.
Here.
Good morning. Let me start by saying that October is Adopt a Dog Month. So Charlie was adopted back in April. So this is his first Halloween.
That's going to be a big one
Which
for
makes
him.
it even more stressful for Charlie.
Right, you can actually hear him whimpering a little bit because he has separation anxiety from his owners.
That's correct, exactly.
And that must be something that you need to be mindful of this time of year.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So what are the big concerns? What are the big things that people see when it comes to their pets and Halloween, and you know what makes them go to the vet's office?
Okay. So Halloween is very unpredictable, and dogs like predictability. And so Halloween, with all the people coming and going, the doorbells ringing, all those noises cause our dogs a lot of anxiety. So what we tell our owners a lot to prevent anxieties is to be as calm as possible. So the calmer you are around the holidays, the calmer our dogs will be. They feed off of our anxiety. In Charlie's case, we don't know what triggers or what associations he's had with Halloween. We don't know where he was at Halloween last year. So what's important for them is that they're very well prepared. And there's lots of ways of being prepared. There's making sure that he has a place to go so that he's not necessarily near Halloween trick-or-treaters and doesn't escape the house. He has a quiet place to be and to relax.
And the other big concerns can be costumes as well.
Costumes, yes. If you're going to wear a costume, put it on a few days in advance so Charlie or your dog gets used to it. And don't put the mask right on because it changes the whole personality. But you want to be able to introduce your dog to the mask. Also, some people like to dress their dogs up for Halloween. There are Halloween events for dogs, and that's fine, but you have to know your dog. Not all dogs like costumes on them, so just be prepared.
And you have to be mindful of certain elements of costumes for dogs too. Know your dog in some ways.
That's correct, absolutely.
Yeah, some dogs don't like to be dressed up, and they will, their body language will change, and you can tell. But there's lots of other things we have to be careful of with Halloween, because you were talking about dangers. There's people who use pumpkins and they put candles inside. And there's two things. One thing is if the dog only sees it when it's dark, it can become fearful of the shape of the pumpkin and the eyes and nose and being lit up. But also they could knock over a candle in a pumpkin and they could have a fire.
And of course the candy.
And then we have the candy. And the candy, you know, we know that chocolate is toxic, but even keeping candy wrappers away from our dogs, a lot of times they can get caught in their intestines. So any kind of candy products have to be kept away from our dogs. We have to be careful also of being outside with our dogs. People want to take their dogs trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And they have to be very careful that dogs become fearful when they're outside and people are running around and running up to them.
Or might jump out from behind a bush.
People might, So you want to keep your dog inside or...
Right. That makes sense. Some good advice there. And I would think too, maybe if people are going to have their pets out around the neighborhood, they should let the other neighbors know, and maybe neighbors could have treats ready for the other dogs if they're a dog owner.
Absolutely.
You know, help each other out that way.
And also on leash only, please.
Yes, only on leash.
Oh, of course. Big, important. Charlie, you did such a good job. Charlie is getting used to being separated, and he's doing a very good job. Thank you so much. And you did a great job too. Barkbusters, as always. For more information, just head to our website, WTNH.com. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.